YouTube, how's it going? Frogs Angels back with some more NFL position rankings for this upcoming season, not based off 2017. Today's video is on the wide receiver rankings. I did top 15 for the receivers because there's so many good ones. I mean, we see in today's NFL, we see at least 3 on the field at once. So most of these are top 10s. Receivers, I did top 15. After my rankings, I reveal Danny Provolone's top 10 rankings. Follow Danny at Danny F and Cheese on Twitter. Follow our Twitter, Frogs_Angels. We got polls. We got voting for best player at each position. And the fans will vote. It'll be revealed on these videos. So in a second, we'll reveal who you guys voted for as the best receiver in the NFL. Before we get into that, our goal is 10K subscribers on YouTube. So if you help us get there, we'll thank you very much. And yeah, let's reveal who you guys voted for. Best receiver in the NFL, voted by you guys, Antonio Brown. Not really too surprising. I think there's 3 guys that you can argue is the top receiver in the NFL for this upcoming year. You guys chose Antonio Brown, so let's see who I got. We'll go in reverse order here. 11 through 15. Marvin Jones comes in at 11. I think maybe one of the most underrated players in all of football. I think Marvin Jones is a straight beast. And I wanted to include him in my top 10. Couldn't quite do it. So he got the 11th spot. Jarvis Landry got 12. Hopefully he does just as good or better with the Browns. Never know, though, with the Browns. 13, T.Y. Hilton. Once was easily a top 10 receiver. Can he get back there? If Andrew Luck's back, then he can. Devontae Adams at 14. He could be well into the top 10 after a full year at Aaron Rodgers. And then 15, Tyreke Hill. Some may consider Tyreke Hill top 10. I want to see him catch the ball more consistently, but obviously a for sure threat in the slot and the outside for the Chiefs. So there's 11 through 15. We'll go through the top 10 now. Number 10 is going to be, this was tough splitting up some of these guys. Number 10 is going to be Michael Thomas, the Saints wide receiver, and could get better, still young. So he comes in at number 10. Very close to even being up to 7-8 range. So all these guys are very closely graded. So we will see who comes in next at number 9. It's going to be Adam Thielen, Minnesota Vikings. Probably based off last year, he may be higher, but I think some of these younger guys makes him 9. So it's really not him. I think he play at a similar level this year. They do have a change of quarterback, so we'll see. But he really has all the tools you ask for a receiver. Maybe not super strong, but he's shown that you don't really need that. So he's got the speed, got the route running ability. So he comes in at number 9. At number 8 is going to be Keenan Allen, the Chargers wide receiver. Now, he could be higher. I just want to see another year of him being healthy. And I hate doubting him. I hate thinking he could get hurt. I hate that. He honestly is a top 5 receiver if healthy after last year. Looked like a top 5 receiver. So I got him at 8 for now. I want to see another year like that. Then we can move him up here. So very good season from him. At number 7, Stefon Diggs, another Vikings receiver. The thing with Diggs here is he's only 24 years old, so this guy's you expect to get even better here, the youngest one on this list. So that's pretty scary that he can get better, and we've seen him get better from year 1 till now. But I think he has all the tools that Thielen has too. I think he's got very similar speed, maybe faster. I think he's got the route running. He's got the run after catch is ridiculous. So, and we've seen the big play, maybe one of the best plays in NFL history. So we see what he's capable of. I think for this season and going on, he's definitely a riser because the room to grow is still there. At number 6, it's going to be Mike Evans, Tampa Bay's receiver, big target, and maybe I thought was better 2 years ago, but the Bucs had an off year, so I think he'll be back up here. He can even be better ranked than this after this season. So maybe the best big body receiver or one of the top big body receivers in the NFL. The bailout receivers like to call them. If you have really no one open, you have to throw it. It's a 4th down. It's a 3rd down. You throw it up to him. Maybe he's the top guy in the league that can come down with it. At number 5, it's going to be A.J. Green of the Bengals. Another guy that, Andy Dalton hasn't been playing his best ball, so maybe with a legit quarterback, A.J. Green can be the top receiver in the NFL. So I got him at 5 for now. I think we're starting to get the top 5 is the for sure elite guys. I think Mike Evans can be very easily, so maybe 6. but these are legit elite guys, I think, in my opinion. At number 4 is Odell Beckham Jr. Hopefully he stays healthy because he's a top receiver in the league if he is. Hopefully Eli Manning still got some left in the tank to help him out. But what I've noticed here is the Giants got more weapons around him if everyone's healthy. Got Barkley, who can not only run the ball and open things up for Odell and Sterling Shepard, he can catch the ball in the backfield. So that also opens things up. So that could make Beckham better, which is scary. So he's at 4. Out of the top 3, pretty obvious top 3. You can, like I mentioned before, you can order these at any way here. But for this year, this is how I got them. 3, DeAndre Hopkins. Excellent year. Some may argue that he's maybe the top receiver in the NFL after this last year. He needs Deshaun Watson. He needs him. Now, when Deshaun Watson's not in the field, the quarterback plays pretty poor. So not a lot of production for DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, the other targets. So he does need a decent quarterback. Not saying that he can do it with. I think he can do it with, like, it's not just Deshaun Watson. I think he can do it. He just needs a decent quarterback. It's bottom line what I'm saying. They had some pretty poor quarterback play without Watson, so he kind of needs him. So it's really on Watson staying healthy. Or if they get another decent quarterback somehow. But I got Hopkins at 3. Could easily take over 1 or 2 after the end of this year. At number 2 is Julio Jones, the Falcons receiver. So I still got him ahead of DeAndre Hopkins, even though Hopkins may be catching him. And then some can argue Julio could be 1. Really has every single thing you ask from a receiver, every trait you ask for a receiver. He's got the size, he's got the strength, got the speed, the route running ability. He really can do it all. I think maybe the play calling hurt him this year. So another year experience with the play calling for that offense under the new Sarkisian as their offense coordinator. So I think he can get better. I think he can take over that 1 spot. But number 1, I got Antonio Brown, best all-around receiver in football. He showed it last year. I think I had him at 1 last year. People let me have it, but for some reason I thought that was odd. But he really could do it all, and it's no surprise that he did it all again this year. Can play in the slot, can play outside, can run any route, can go up, catch the ball, even though he doesn't have elite size. He's got it all. He's number 1 for me. Really didn't have to think too much about it, even though the other guys are very, very solid. I consider the top 5 elite. There's a bunch of guys that could have. Well, I went through 15, so who's right after 15 at the top of my head? Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks. I really like Will Fuller if he stays healthy. I think he can sneak in there. Doug Baldwin, Alshon Jeffrey. There's so many receivers in the NFL that really could. Oh, Larry Fitzgerald's another one. If it's based off the last year, he's easily on this list. But maybe his last year, maybe 2 more years left. Some of these younger receivers really that are getting better is what moves him back. So Larry Fitzgerald easily could have made the list too. Definitely an all-time great. Definitely a Hall of Famer. On to Danny Provolone's rankings. He's got top 10 for us. Thanks to Danny. Let's go 10 through 7. He's got Keenan Allen at 10. See, I thought I could have been. I think I had Keenan Allen at 8. I thought I could have been low on him. But again, hopefully, I want to see another year of him staying healthy. So I think Danny Provolone agrees on that. Actually, maybe that's what his take is. 9, he has Mike Evans. So he's a little low on Mike Evans compared to me. And then he has 2 Vikings in a row. He's got Diggs at 8 and Thielen at 7. So no new guys compared to my list here. We're going to go 6 through 3. We got Michael Thomas at 6, so he's higher on him than I am. A.J. Green at 5, that's where I had him. Julio Jones at 4, so he's a little lower than I am. OBJ at 3. So 1 and 2, we know who remains. It is Antonio Brown and DeAndre Hopkins. And he's got Antonio Brown at 1, DeAndre Hopkins at 2. Now, Danny wanted me to make it clear for you guys that he thinks after this year, so I think he means by this time next year, DeAndre Hopkins will be the best receiver in football. So he thinks highly of him. I think he had a hard time deciding who's 1 and 2, so he really considered Hopkins number 1. But again, I think Watson needs to stay healthy. I think the Texans need to stay healthy in general to help each other out, really. So I'm worried about their offensive line a little bit for Deshaun Watson. So hopefully it's better than everyone expects. Deshaun Watson stays healthy. DeAndre Hopkins dominates again. That defense needs to stay healthy too. Then if everyone's healthy, if they're not unlucky again, that team's definitely a contender. So That'll do it for the wide receiver rankings. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Don't forget to follow our Twitters, link in the description. Go vote for best player at each position there. It'll be revealed on every video. 10K subscribers. That's our goal. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, please do so. But that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.